Hey beauty, it's Ker-leen. Thank you for tuning back into my channel. In today's video, I will be sharing 3 Arabian fragrances that are going to be perfect this Valentine's Day. If you're interested in hearing what those are, then please stay tuned. Hey friend, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for being here. For those of you who have just stumbled across my channel, over here I make videos on lifestyle, luxury. I do review videos to include my fragrance journey, and I also sprinkle in my motherhood journey and my personal life and my monthly vlogs. So if any of those things sound good to you, then I think you will love it here. So go ahead, hit that subscribe button, and also be sure to turn on that notification bell so you know exactly when my videos drop. All right, let's get into it. All right, friends, so let's jump right into this fragrance. The number 1 Arabian Middle Eastern fragrance that I would recommend this Valentine's Day is XOXO Amber Time. I have spoken about this fragrance a couple of different times on the channel, and this fragrance is going to be perfect for Valentine's Day, or even as a gift. This is a completely unisex scent, and so you can give this to a man or a woman and they would enjoy it. First of all, the way that this comes, the presentation, the packaging is top tier. So if you give this to someone, they're going to think that they have just received an expensive fragrance. So that's how beautiful this packaging was. That's how top tier the presentation was. Now, as far as the scent is just as top notch as the presentation. I was so impressed with this fragrance. It is one of the most luxurious smelling Arabian Middle Eastern fragrances in my perfume collection, and the most impressive that I've smelled so far. To me, this fragrance is very reminiscent of Baccarat Rouge 540, but a creamier version of it, a more dense version of it. This fragrance also puts me in the mind of Tribeca by Bond No. 9. And I've combined the two together because they share a lot of similar facets. They have cedar. They both have a very sweet and creamy essence. Oh, this is so good. This is just so good. They both share very sweet and creamy and BR 540 nuances. And so I think this is just a beautiful fragrance. The saffron in here is just gorgeous. It doesn't smell overdone. It's not too harsh. It's a very refined smelling saffron, and I quite enjoy it in this fragrance. The best way I would describe this is that this is a deeper, creamier, sweeter, denser version of BR 540. And so if you like that DNA and you love sweet fragrances, you may really enjoy this one. And this is perfect for Valentine's Day because it is sexy. It's a very sweet, sexy fragrance. And like I said, it's completely unisex. And this is going to smell amazing and super sexy on anyone who wears this. So yeah. This is a beautiful, beautiful fragrance. So impressive, and I would highly recommend this. Right now, you can probably still get this on Amazon. It has gone out of stock a couple of times since I purchased mine, but it does come back in stock, so just keep checking. I will link this down below for you. If I can find it anywhere else, like on Joma Shop, I will link it down below. So yeah, this is XOXO Amber Time. So XOXO Amber Time is one that I would suggest wearing at night, but this next one is going to be absolutely beautiful and going to shine during the day this Valentine's Day. And that is Lattafa's Bade Al Oud Sublime or Sublime. This is so beautiful, y'all. This is absolutely gorgeous. This is new, and I left it in the packaging so that I could show you all what it comes looking like. Again, these fragrances make beautiful gifts because they are so well packaged. The presentation is gorgeous. The bottles are beautiful. And this is one of those bottles that I think is absolutely gorgeous. And you're not breaking the bank for quality. All right, so this one, look at that, y'all. Look at where it was laying. Absolutely beautiful. Very, very luxurious looking. They do also have the notes in here. And y'all, this fragrance is so good. I've already smelled it. It is so good. This is your burst of fruit juice. That's what this fragrance is. It's so juicy and fruity. It's sweet, but it's not overly sweet, and it's not overly juvenile. Even though it has fruits in it, it's not overly juvenile. My kids smelled this on me during the week, and they said that this smelled like flowers. And so I think that people may perceive this scent as just a sweet floral. So that just goes to show you that this is not like overly sweet or juvenile. It still has a bit of a sophisticated vibe, a sophisticated essence to it. So let's look at the notes. So the notes for Bade Al Oud Sublime are lychee, rose, apple at the top. Then at the heart of this fragrance, you have jasmine and plum. And then at the base, you have moss, vanilla, and patchouli. To me, I think these notes are very, very similar to what you actually experience, or at least what I experienced. So this opened up as like a burst of fruit juice. I get that lychee because this has this slightly tart, juicy opening. And then, like I said, my kids smelled flowers. And so that makes sense because this has rose at the top. And I had sprayed it on and I walked around and they told me that they could smell flowers. I do detect that beautiful apple note that's at the top of this as well. And to me, it stays pretty fruity in the dry down, just a little less juicy and bright. I don't really pick up on moss or patchouli in the dry down, but I do detect a vanilla. So to me, this fragrance is a bright, juicy, slightly floral fragrance that is absolutely beautiful and perfect for this upcoming spring and summer, and will also be a great selection for Valentine's Day if you're doing something during the daytime. So this has been likened to Kayali's Eden Juicy Apple, and I've put my nose on that fragrance a couple of different times. I don't own it. And I would say while this is very, very similar to that fragrance, I think this one is more potent, projects loudly. It has a beautiful sillage. I am getting that apple. I do get that apple in the opening. But I feel like this has a more refined quality to it. This smells a little bit more grown up, probably because it has that rose in the opening mixed with that lychee and apple. I feel like while I do detect the apple, it's not 100% similar to the apple that's in Eden Juicy Apple. It's just a little more refined. There's something different about this fragrance. I think this fragrance is its own fragrance. It smells absolutely beautiful. It's going to last. It's going to project. And I cannot wait to wear this spring, especially in the summer. This is going to get a lot of love from me in the summertime, but it's also a beautiful option for this Valentine's Day. And the last fragrance in this video is going to be one that is also new to my collection, and one that I think can be worn day or night this Valentine's Day. And that is Forbidden Sugar by Amir, which I think is a Paris Corner brand. By the way, Paris Corner is probably my favorite Arabian fragrance brand so far. I just love the fragrances they put out. I love what they're giving. And yeah, I think Lattafa does amazing with presentation. Like the presentation you get with Lattafa is top tier. But I think Paris Corner, with all of its different sub-brands, is one that I enjoy quite a lot. I think they put out amazing fragrances, and this fragrance here is no exception. Again, I have smelled this fragrance, but I wanted to leave it in the packaging so that I could show you all how it came. So this is how it comes. Very beautiful, substantial packaging. I love this wrapping that it has inside. And this is how the fragrance comes, sort of laying on its side. And you guys, this is probably the heaviest, the most weighted bottle in my perfume collection. If not, it's one of the most. This is so heavy and substantial, like the entire bottle. But also the cap is pretty substantial. The bottle itself is heavy. This is a 3.4 fluid ounce bottle. Bade Al Oud Sublime was also 3.4 fluid ounces. And then Amber Time, I think, is 2.5 or 2.7 fluid ounces. So this is a 100 ml bottle for under $50. And this fragrance is so interesting. So interesting. I'm going to spray the fragrance on here. Y'all, this fragrance is so good. This fragrance is very unisex, in my opinion. When you first spray this fragrance out, you get a sugary sweetness. There's a really sharp sweetness to this. The top of this fragrance has honey in it, which was something that drew me to this fragrance. I've been on a little bit of a honey kick lately, so I've been looking for fragrances that have honey intentionally. So this is a beautiful honey and a marshmallow, and I believe a cassis at the top. And to me, you get the marshmallow and the honey. I smell that right away. It's really sugary sweet. It's very sharp in the opening, so there's a sharp sweetness, but it's also a little bit fresh as well. There's a freshness in the opening. Then as this starts to dry down, it does lose that sharpness fairly quickly. Maybe within the first 25-30 minutes, you lose that sharpness, but it stays sweet. And I believe there's caramel at the mid of this fragrance, so it still has a very sweet mid. This fragrance also has a jasmine and an orange blossom, so it does does have some florals, but it has like this soapy aftershave quality to it when it first opens up, and then it loses some of that, but it still remains sweet as it starts to dry down. And then to me it just gets really soft, slightly powdery and slightly musky on the dry down, and you still get remnants of that sweetness. So this is a very, very gorgeous fragrance. It is supposed to be a dupe of Frank Beauclay's Sugar, and I think that's why it's in this bottle, but I think the fragrance itself deserves a different bottle, because you would think that this is a deep dark fragrance, but it's really not. This is a very bright, sweet, honeyed, marshmallow, musky scent. So the honey and the musk make it very sexy, but then you have all these fluffy, sweet elements that also keep it playful. So this would be perfect for date or night on Valentine's Day. All right, friends, if you enjoyed this video or if you found it helpful, don't forget to give it a like on your way out. And also let me know in the comments what Arabian Middle Eastern fragrances you think would be perfect for Valentine's Day. Also, if you own any of these, drop that down in the comments as well. And if you don't have anything to say in particular, just drop me an emoji down below so that I know you were here. Before you click off of this video today, I just want you to remember that you are a work of art. There are no mistakes about how you were made, and it's up to you to discover what your strengths are and to develop your unique qualities, because we are each of us a work of art. So don't forget that. Don't forget to let your light shine today. I will be doing the same over here. Thank you so much for watching this video. I will see you in the next one very soon. Bye.